Okay, number one is asking us to infuse 500 milliliters of normal saline over 6 hours. So this first column is the order, and then it's asking us for the abbreviation for the solution. So it's asking for the abbreviation of normal saline. That's going to be an NS. Then we need to figure out what is the flow rate in milliliter per hour. So we need to know milliliter per hour. That's our desired answer, right? Which means we need to stick milliliters on the top part of our first fraction. Well, they did tell us 500 milliliters, and they told us that it needs to happen in 6 hours. So that's going to be the bottom part of our fraction. 500 milliliters needs to happen in 6 hours. And that's all the fractions we need to have. I mean, that is milliliter on top, hour on bottom. That's what we were looking for. So we're ready to do the math here. We can do 500 divided by 6, and we get an 82 point something. Let me do my math real quick here. 500 divided by 6 gets you an 83.33333333. And remember that we're just going to go ahead and round to a whole number. This is a number that you're going to type into a pump, and most of those will round to whole numbers. You can do decimals, and that's something that you'll learn more about in your nursing classes, which one will allow you to type in decimals and whatnot. So for a general rule of thumb, we're just going to round all of these flow rates to whole numbers. So 83.333 is 83 milliliters per hour. The next column is asking for your infusion time in hours. So how long is it going to take? That's what it needs to know. And they specifically told us here that it's going to take 6 hours. So that's what we will answer for that part. Number two runs real similar. It tells us that we have 1 liter of lactated ringers every 10 hours. So the abbreviation for our solution is going to be this lactated ringers. Abbreviation for that is an LR, or sometimes you'll see them flip it and call it an RL. Sometimes they'll put slashes between the L's and R's and L's. Any of that goes. Okay. Now, your flow rate is milliliter per hour, but this time they didn't tell us anything about milliliters. They told us 1 liter has to happen every 10 hours. So we need to start with a conversion, something to take our desired answer milliliter into liter, like our order has written here. So remember that there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And again, we want milliliter on top because that's our desired answer. So stack that 1,000 milliliters on top of 1 liter. And then we need to give 1 liter every 10 hours. Okay, so there's your next fraction. 1 liter is going to take 10 hours to administer. And that should get it, right? I mean, liters are going to cancel out. You have milliliter on top, hour on bottom. That's what you were looking for. So we're ready to do our math. Multiply the top, multiply the bottom, we get 1,000 divided by 10, and that gives you 100 milliliters per hour. Next column wants to know what is your infusion time in hours. So how long is it supposed to take? Every 10 hours, we hang a new bag, so 10 hours.